Hello everybody, Mike Levin. Monday, February 5th, 2018. Around 7:30 p.m. Heading out to public storage to collect a few things. The race is on to get stuff out of there so that I can junk everything we don't want and save a little bit of money and apply it towards more iFly weekends, which have been a big hit lately. And so this is me getting my button gear on a Monday night. I was gonna do this last Monday, but Addie having just got the flu shot and wanting to get together, I got together with her last Monday night, and it was lots of fun. And so today I'm doing this. Not that it has to be Mondays. Every night is another chance to do it, but the energy and the momentum of a fresh week after you've just come out of a weekend, and you think to yourself, what things have I done, haven't I done, that I still need to do? When is my best opportunity to get these things done? And that sort of planning is what makes, one of the things that makes life proceed forward. So, I mean, even right now, I'm thinking to myself, it's 7:36, and when Addie calls, which will be very soon, I am just wrapping this up and switching over to that. I have my headphones all ready. All I have to do is hit answer when the call comes in. And I even have the screen of my other phone here so that I can hit stop when that occurs. I am a two-phone person now. Both of them T-Mobile, both of them the unlimited streaming deals. And where's the money coming from for two phones like that? Well, first, it's not as expensive as one might think. It turns out to be about two $80 plans, so $160 a month for the two phones with all this unlimited stuff, including unlimited streaming of all these Netflix, Hulu video services. And so I cut the cord. I cut the cord in the sense of that word that is used entirely too often by the YouTube generation, but I literally cut the cord now, finally. I guess I didn't cut, so it's not literally even still, but I did not sign up for Verizon, Fios, or Spectrum here at Irby, Staten Island. Instead, I have two antennas. I have an antenna night coming up, one for getting the Wi-Fi that's free in the lobby and whatever. I'll see if I can pick up some of the free Wi-Fi networks. And I'll use end-to-end encryption. Whenever I do that, if I do that for casual internet stuff, I'm pretty sure I'll be using an anonymous web proxy, tunneling my traffic so that I'm not on a party line. You know, those Wi-Fi networks that don't use encryption, that don't require a password, / don't use encryption, are a bad deal. Those free moments of glorious free Wi-Fi that you get are in exchange for your identity, because without the traffic, the network traffic being encrypted, very simple sniffers can be sitting there picking up your passwords whenever you use them, or at very least your tokens, which means they have logged in access to your websites for a little while until those tokens expire, barring any of the defenses that actually do go on a little bit more often these days in websites for hijacking authenticated tokens and sessions. But at any rate, the other antenna is an HD TV antenna. I'll try old school tuning it in over the air. I should have a lot of broadcast channels here in the New York area. I should not have any signal problem at all. And so I'll see what you can get with a HD TV tuner monitor, which I believe is built into my new, I think it's TCL TV. Is it TCL? I would have to remember that because that's like the programming language. But anyway, it's the Costco special. I can't believe what I got for like $250. Was this 43-inch? I guess they're LEDs still. You don't get OLED at that price yet. Monitor, which is just spectacular with all this stuff built in. It's been a long time since I got a TV, since well before the smart TV days when things were just flat screen, and those flat screens were heavy. I forget what it was exactly. I must have had a 30-some inch LCD before, and it was heavy, and after a while it started to have the burn-in problems, and I remember getting rid of it during a time when big color TVs like that still had this enormous, you know, price tag significance in my head, which I guess they still do. $250 isn't cheap. That was like a 27-inch color TV back in the day. It's just that earning, I guess, at New York rates, you don't really get hung up on the material possessions anymore. It's not like you saved up so long for it. The disposable mindset kicks in a little bit more, and it's easier to part with material possessions, which I think is just an overall more healthy way to be. Long light I'm waiting for here. So a lot of the teachings I'm working my way towards in my videos, my video series that I'm rebooting here, I'm finding places where I can get the YouTubing in. And my now Twitter series, which is going strong, MIKLEVIN, twitter.com/MickLevin, which is the handle I always get because some other Mike Levin gets the full name sooner than I do at whatever new service pops up, usually sooner, because there's a lot of fast technology savvy Mike Levins out there. So I think I'm the only SEO, so I got that going for me. But you can follow my Twitter series, which is really starting to take shape in formulating my thoughts. It's bringing a large portion of the formula of me becoming an online presence to the picture that I don't think my YouTube videos really were, because I flip on the camera without the script and just start talking and go wherever my stream of consciousness takes me. So that's fun, and it does help navigate. It helps navigate on sort of a day-to-day basis, making fine-tuning adjustments to course, but it doesn't really help me in that sort of plotting my whole, way. What lands am I trying to discover? Where am I trying to, force and forge and discover my way to? And for that, Twitter has been working pretty well. Although I am very going roundabout way getting there. It becomes a Python tutorial. It becomes an introduction to Python via Jupyter Notebook, via the Anaconda install. Very soon. I've even dabbled there a little bit, but what I'm doing is I'm getting Pipulate in order. Every time I have work I need to do that calls for that code to be used, I refine it a little bit, I adjust it a little bit, and it's almost like a script coming together on how I'm going to reintroduce the world to Pipulate. And I'm really happy with it. Every time I work on it, I get pumped, I get excited about it, and it meets that criteria for work, which is a very difficult criteria to meet, that makes you love to want to get back to it. Okay, so transitions are difficult. Life itself is difficult. It's no mistake that we go through teething, and then we go through losing those teeth and adult teeth coming in. There are reminders that there are hard materials and soft materials coming together. And we're, life is this spongy, gelatinous stuff that has learned how to incorporate tools, evolve to, bring into itself apparatus that help it survive, that help life, the imperative of life, on, to keep on living, to reproduce so that a new generation can keep on living, and perchance to improve the blueprint, the design in the process. Now, these blueprints, these improvements in the blueprints, these tiny little mutations are only on a single individual. So, even successful mutations, even superior product variations, even good ideas, the first incarnation can just fail. The flame spark. The spark fails to take hold. It fails to become a flame. There's not enough dry kindling around. If you look at how a fire is built, you know, you can make sparks all the time. Good ideas and brand new ideas. Thought a $1 billion idea that nobody ever had before. Common, everyday things. How many times have you gone, I thought of that, I could have done that, but you didn't. Or maybe a lot of you did, I don't know. But at any rate, the value, the real thing, the differentiator, the thing that separates now merely self-aware, conscious beings from those who have a real sense and a real force of control in their life. They imagine something, they visualize it, and they try and do it. And if they fail, they learn. And on the next go around, the next cycle, they try and do it again, and they tweak and they refine, and they never give up. If it's a realistic goal and a realistic vision, and the evidence out there says that there's no reason that it couldn't be you winning that prize, eventually the Eagles win the Super Bowl. So anyway, it's interesting to see Philadelphia in the spotlight again, and it was inevitable that, you know, our rowdiness comes out, but I do think the media is just, when it comes to Philadelphia, they're just waiting for that, you know, Eagles needs its own prison on site story. I think that, you know, everyone loves the concept that we Philadelphians are a really rowdy, low-life bunch, as portrayed in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which, if I'm completely honest with myself, I have to admit rings true. And Danny DeVito, if not a true Philadelphian, he certainly gets issued an honorary Philadelphian status, just like Stallone, even though he's not a native Philadelphian, even though he so represents it through Rocky. There's that kind of I don't know, good old boy thing going on there in Philly, where it's a bit of backslapping, maybe a little bit too hard. And yeah, I think Philadelphians needed this, needed that Super Bowl. So yay, Philly, go Eagles. But I do have to say that that's exactly that coming close and always missing. That is what got me to New York. My ability to consistently almost make contact with the ball, almost create a Twitter before Twitter, a blogger before blogger, WordPress before WordPress, you know, all of this stuff, this CMS stuff. I was doing Ajax in, I guess, the first days it was possibly enabled by the first Ajax libraries. I believe I was using the Rico library with prototype.js, just as Arex was becoming a thing and becoming known. I don't even know what years those were. I'd have to guess in 2004. I don't know. But at any rate, always there, always right on top of it, always thinking about the next big thing, but not because I'm thinking about the next big thing, but because I just naturally think about things that are are coming into the realm of possible things that folks might have been clamoring over, waiting for a long time. It becomes possible, bam, I'm on it. So I'm feeling that way right now with the Note 8, with the ability to draw with such incredibly high resolution. It's like, hey, the pixels are disappearing. It is difficult to think about things on a per pixel basis, even if you wanted to. In Art Rage, which I'm using right now, which completely leaves behind the precision pixel, concept of things, except maybe on your brush sizes, I had to transform a layer to get something smaller and keep from rotating it by hand and by eye. There was no way to scale without moving, without rotating. It was a pinch and zoom where you had size and rotation both at once or nothing at all. So I did it, and I accepted the fact that I'm working with about the resolution as if I were working with pen and pencil on paper. It feels a lot like pen and pencil on paper. It feels so much like pen and pencil on paper that it's almost hard to go back to pen and pencil on paper, where I can't pinch and zoom in for a closer look, where I can't undo, where I can't add a new layer to keep my changes, grouped together, the things I might want to transform and slide around as a layer. It's enlightening having the future arrive. I remember pixels. I remember 640 by 480 on the Amiga without overscan. You could get up to like 732 by 487 or something, I forget exactly, but you had these weird resolutions that allowed the Amiga to fill out the horizontal and vertical hidden under the bezel of the TV back in those days, the picture tube area that most computers didn't let you fill in. They had this hard stop. The Amiga was so hackable with its hardware, its timings, and its registers on its screen draw chips. I believe it was the copper